Oi, galera! Olha eu aqui de novo, conforme prometido, e na nossa última live de uma sequência de... Essa é a 14ª live que eu tô completando aqui com vocês. Era pra gente estar aqui ao meio-dia, mas tivemos um pequeno atraso por conta da minha convidada, que locked fora da própria conta. Então vamos ver se ela consegue entrar aqui. Estou ajudando ela no processo. Conseguiu, Sana! I can see you! Gente, guys... Vou falar em português primeiro. Gente, essa live vai ser toda em inglês. Eu vou chamar a Sana aqui. A partir de agora, não mais português, tá? Usem a live depois pra vocês treinarem o inglês de vocês. Bella, as I just told everybody over here, the live is gonna be completely in English from now on, okay? So let me invite you to the live. It's right here. Sana Irici. Ciao Bella, you online.
I'm so sorry, guys. Hi.
I just told everybody my guest is late because she locked her off the account.
Yeah, we all need Fabiana with her technology knowledge. Yes, yes.
But relax. As everybody here knows already, this is a very relaxed conversation. We just share ideas. But as you can see, some people, they can speak in English. I am Mota. She's already speaking English and tell you hi. Eliane is telling good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody. You know, falo Portuguese.
She understands a lot of Portuguese and also Spanish very well. I guess very well, right, Sana? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so before we start, let me tell you who I brought to the live today. Sana is my old-time friend. Probably we know each other for about 12 or 13 years, Sana, I guess. So we know each other for a long time. We work together in a few situations. And she is here with us, but because she's going to share some of her experiences. She's going to tell us how things goes in New York and everything else. So, Sana, I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Yes. So my name is Sana. Nice to meet you, everybody. So I've been in New York almost 16 years. In March, it will be 16 years. And I came here with the tourist visa first. And then I'm like, okay, I have to do something here. So I went back to Italy. And then I came with the student visa. So when I started the immigration school, I'm like, you know, I'm 29 years old. What I'm gonna do? I cannot study English at the immigration school. So I decided to enroll myself in a college, and I finished the college here because I didn't finish it in Italy. I was traveling, and I lived in Orlando before I was working for Disney World. So I went to college here, and it was a great experience because the college here, I think it's very concrete. It's not so theoretical like, you know, in Europe. I don't know in Brazil, but it's like a very, very concrete. It's like real life. They really teach you like real life. And then eventually I found my husband. So he is American, from Colombia actually, but American. And I got married.
American citizen?
Yes, American citizen. A citizen. I got married. And that's it. That's my story. I have two
Wait,
kids.
no, the most important, the two beautiful kids. Come on.
Have beautiful kids, yes. One is 7 on Sunday. The other one is 4.5. And yes, that's my story. And then when I graduated,
Pause. I forgot one thing. I forgot one thing. Guys, and I want to know if people understand what I'm saying. What do I need from you guys? Every single time we have a guest, what do you give to this? Which emoji we're gonna give it to her? Either flowers or hearts. So you guys should start sending the emojis. Otherwise, I'm gonna know that you guys are not understanding what I'm saying. Let's see, Sana. Let's see if it happens. Because I'm sure they're gonna go over this live slowly later. So let's see. Somebody already sent you one saying beautiful. And all these flames over here, so somebody's understanding.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're telling, flowers. You see the flowers, the hearts.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Eliane. I am Mota. It's also saying flowers.
Thank you.
Kay Astudillo. Is that like Alejandro's relative?
I
guess.
Yes, I think it's Kevin. Yes, yeah.
Ah, Kevin. Hi, Kevin. If it's Kevin. Okay.
Yes.
So then, let me tell you what mostly people want to know. Okay, mostly people want to know. So you've been living in New York for how many years? For the same time,
All,
basically, that we're
yeah,
here.
16 years. Yes.
So people love to know about how is life in New York? How is to live in the city? That was the daily basis things. That's what we love to do.
Right,
You
right.
know.
So people always say if you make it in New York, you make it everywhere. So it sounds like, oh my God, it's difficult actually to live in New York, but I think the city will give you a lot of help, and it's not that difficult. I think the people here are very helpful. Like you can ask any question, to people in the street, and they're willing to help you. I think life in general is very easy. You can do every single job you like, and it's easy to get into if you're motivated, if you're smart enough, to get into where you want to go. I think the transportation, it's easy.
Yeah.
You can walk everywhere. You can go everywhere with the bus, with the train station, getting an apartment, which we can go there later because that's actually my profession.
Yes, I want to ask about
So,
that too. I want
yeah,
to ask about that too.
it's also very easy. I think, it's a multicultural, city. So you'll find a lot of Brazilian if you're coming from Brazil. So a lot of help from everywhere, not only Brazilian if you're coming from Brazil, but even from like every other country. I mean, it's a city full of immigrants, and I think the help is there. So I found it very easy, and for me the experience was great, and I love the city, I love the energy, and yes, you will be
Okay.
certainly.
Somebody's asking you here, out of all the places you lived, because you also lived a little bit in Orlando. Which
Yes,
one did you like the most?
so I think, I mean, I had two different experiences. I think I see New York as my home. Even lately, when I used to go to Florida for vacation, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to go back to New York. It's just the energy that this city is giving to you.
Yeah.
Lately, to be honest with you, maybe because of my age, maybe because of my kids, I'm thinking actually to move to Florida, and maybe, reach Fabiana.
Uh,
But I think the city, it's a very good start, for every. It's an easy setting. It's an easy setting. Let's say, for example, I lived to Florida. I lived in Orlando. When I got there, for me, that I'm very independent, I needed to get a car. So the first things I needed there, I was like, okay, I have to get a car because I'm not gonna use the transportation in Florida. It's not so convenient. So it really depends on what you're doing, and your resources. But I think the city will offer everything in a smaller radius. So I think it's very easy. Like you can work downstairs to your apartment. You will have a supermarket and food downstairs at your
yeah.
apartment. Have a friend next to you. I think Florida or any other city, like a smaller
It's more
city,
like spread.
like spread it. So I think the city, it's easy. Yes, for that
And
things. It's
also,
as well.
New York feels like lots of little towns, like
Correct.
close to each other. I would say
Yes.
every single subway stop.
Yes, every neighborhood has their own culture, their own people, their own area of interest. Let's say some area has more restaurants, some area more residential, some area more business, some area has more school, some area has a shopping. So, but everything is like really like walking distance, or like a very easy to reach out. So yeah.
Somebody is speaking Spanish in Italian. Tesouro
Oh,
que fica.
ciao.
Nice.
That's a nice compliment over there.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if my followers are going to ask you stuff. Guys, if you want to ask whoever is understanding, go ahead. Okay. I see one more question here. For those who are arriving now, would you recommend a low course and with a chance to get a job fast? Like I guess she's saying like a easy to get course, I guess.
Wait, low course, you mean in English, in the language?
Yeah, I don't understand. Low meaning what? Easy, I guess. Isabel, easy. And which type of course? Is she asking like, I don't know if it's English or if it's something specific. Maybe, because I know her a little bit, maybe she's asking you which advice you would give. Because she's here with papers. She has an American husband. And,
yes.
And well, I guess she has the papers, and now I guess she's asking you, what would you advise me to do? She lives in Boca, here in Florida.
Okay. So, I mean, if you want to come to New York, do you have a job already?
No, undergraduate course. That's what she,
okay, got it. Okay. So, if you are, so when I started the university here, the college here, that again, it was a great experience. So I recommend it to everyone. If you haven't finished it in your country, I started at 29 here, so it's never late. So I decided not to go to a city college because I didn't have a paper. So they told me that I had to restart all over again. Since I had a few credits from Italy, I decided, you know what, I go to a private college, and I was making that happen, you know, financially, you know, I had some resources. So I went to a private college, and over there I was able to do the full bachelor. So it really depends. If you want to go to city college, let's say you have a green card, maybe that's easier because it's much cheaper.
Yes, you have the green card, so probably you should try city college. Yes.
Yeah, college is much cheaper, if not even free. And then you can get obviously scholarship, you know, during the year. But again, if you have the chance, you haven't done a college here, do it, because it's literally teach you about everyday life. It's important to have a degree also for a job eventually, depending on what you want to do. And for
not only that, also the English, it gets to a new level for sure.
Yes, definitely gets to a new level. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So
you don't
need
a TOEFL, by the way. You don't need a lot of people are scared because they think, oh, you need a TOEFL to do, you know, the college. The TOEFL is actually pretty difficult, but you can actually do an exam directly in the university, which is much easier, and obviously you will pass because they want you there.
Okay, so Sana just gave us a great tip over here. Don't reach for the TOEFL test. Just try straight to the university. The test at the university.
Ask for research the universities. You know, go to open houses depending on you know, which subject you want to study, and then you'll get all the information you need.
Okay, she's saying, or let me say what she said. She said an undergraduate course or a technologist course, meaning certificate something, I guess.
So have a lot of professional schools, like tons of professional schools that they're not really a degree, but they
put you on the field, right?
Yeah, in the field directly. They leave you like certificate, like professional certificates that you can go to work. So let's say you want to be like working in a spa, like a beauty technician, or you want to do like something with the computer, like engineering. Like, of course, you want to have the title of engineer, but something with the computer. They leave you professional certificates that you can go directly in the field and work in it.
So Isabel, basically you have two routes to follow, and you have to do a lot of research to figure out what works better for you. If you go to like a college route, like, or even a city college, you're gonna graduate in something, be a graduate. Otherwise, if you think it's easier, save your time, you have especially, how do you say, you are really good at something, just get a certification and start work. And that is around the follow. You start with a certification, let's say in the beauty industry, whatever it is, like esthetician, whatever, or hairdresser. You start from there, you start making your money, and eventually with the money that you're making, you start paying for the university. It's another thing that you can do as well. It really depends what is your final goal with the university. So Sana really decided that she wanted to have a degree. And by the way, what did you graduate in, Sana?
So I graduated in hospitality and management. So like tourism and, you know, in tourism.
Yeah, so she graduated on that. And I remember we were friends when she was actually studying for that. And then eventually you graduated. And then what
Yeah.
happened?
So I graduated and I was start obviously looking for a job in this field. So I wanted to work in sales. I think I'm a very sales persuasive person. So I wanted to work in sales in the tourism. So obviously I was looking for a job in hotels, working in sales in hotels. And what happened is I did like a few interviews, and the problem was that everybody were asking me for accounts. Do you have any accounts on sales and everything like that? And I'm like, no, I don't. And everybody were telling me, okay, so you have to start from the bottom and go, eventually in sales. But my experience, my personal experience is that I already had my own hotel in my country, in Rimini, when I was between 24 and 27 years old. So I'm like, I'm not going to go
I don't want
back.
to start from zero again.
I had my own hotel with my brother, and managing a hotel from A to Z with my brother was like, I'm not going to go and work, as a front desk. Nothing, against the
Nothing
front desk.
again, but you've been through the whole experience already.
And again, I also had a certain age because I graduated, I believe I was 31 because I graduated in 2011. So, I'm like, I don't want to go back to that. So I always had a passion in real estate, all houses, decoration, architecture.
Pause.
Yes.
Guys, I'm going to speak something in Portuguese. So what I'm going to ask them to do is, if they have any questions that they don't understand in English, I'm gonna ask you in English, ok? So, gente, para quem não está entendendo nada, escrevam aqui, estou entendendo tudo, não estou entendendo nada. E se vocês querem perguntar alguma coisa em inglês para Sana, para que ela responda e vocês treinem o ouvido, perguntem aqui em português e eu traduzo essa pergunta para ela em inglês, tá? Só para vocês participarem mais um pouco da live. Monique just said here, what a precious live. Oh, yes. E vocês aí do Brasil, depois vocês vão lá no YouTube com calma ou aqui no Instagram e ouve devagar. Sana, one more question because you start telling us your career in real estate. Huh? I want to know that. I am a lawyer and therapist in Brazil, but I have already been told that it is difficult to revalidate diplomas here in Florida.
Okay, so I have a lot of friends that actually have the same issue. So you really have to probably research a little bit with university and maybe with even some offices, like professionally, if your diploma is actually valid here or your graduate certificate is valid here. Because for a lot of people, it's not. For example, if you're a lawyer, definitely you have to do a bar here in whatever state you are. So if you decided to stay Florida, but maybe all the process will be validated. So I'm not 100% sure. Every program is different. For example, when I started my graduation program, they actually validated not all the credit, some of them. So I had some classes. But, if you have like a diploma, which is a little more professional, such a lawyer or a doctor, that needs some sort of laws, different laws than our country, I think you have to get probably some extra courses here just to get the knowledge of the laws here, for example. Or again, if you talk to a university, I'm sure they will let you know if you can validate it. And then there are agency that can actually translate and validate your diploma if that's something that you can do.
Perfect. Somebody just saying that my English is easy, great to understand, Isabel is saying, but Isabel, I'm trying to, the way that I'm speaking here, and Sana can say that, I'm trying to speak a little slower, I would say.
Okay.
So, Sana, you can also speak slower, yes. Because what's going to happen, I'm sure, I know them. Everybody's going to go later when the live is recorded, like saved on my feed and your feed, they're gonna go and watch slowly, and they can do this on YouTube as well, pausing so they can get it. And why is this so important? Because this is something, everything we're talking here is things that interest them, so they're gonna go over later. So she's saying that 3 months ago she wouldn't understand what I'm saying, and now she does because she's been living here for 3 months.
Congratulations.
I think somebody saying in Portuguese, I think they speak about validation of diplomas, porque essa foi uma das perguntas que a Isabel fez. Somebody is understanding just a few words. Okay. Now, I'm gonna say em português. Agora nós vamos entrar na parte que Sana vai explicar como foi que ela chegou na carreira que ela tá hoje, que é a carreira de corretora em Nova York. And I'm sure she understands what I just said. So,
yes.
Sana, let's do it. Go.
Yes. So again, I didn't get a job in sales in the tourism in hotels. So what I wanted to do. So again,
slowly.
Right. I'm very like passionate person. And then because I had a passion again in real estate, architecture, decorations, interior design, and everything. So I'm like, you know what? Why don't I do something that I really like it? Okay. So I decided to study and implement what I like into a career. Okay. So for the young lady that were asking about a diploma or a professional diploma, maybe she can come and work with me and get a real estate license, which you don't need to go to university. It's just a school, it's a diploma. You have to do a state exam, so it's a serious course, but you get a serious job with no limit on the earning, no cap.
Sana, Isabel, Sana just gave you an excellent idea.
Yes.
If you're great in sales, if you would like to try, you can get your license here in Florida. And then you guys can do like a partnership or something.
Absolutely.
And Sana has lots of clients in New York. So
absolutely.
Maybe. Somebody's saying that she loves your accent. I love
that. Thank you.
And being with Sana for so many years, every time I'm with her, I get a little bit of the accent and I keep saying, like speaking the same. I get the accent sometimes.
Fabiana speaks Italian. She understands everything.
Come on, I understand. I've been to Italy and I've been with you guys for so many years that yes, Italian is, and I love it. So, yes. Okay, I love Netflix Brokers Show. Me too. I love it. They are lucky.
Oh, I want to go there. Yes.
There, son. Oh!
It can be my next goal. Yes.
Over here. Live video today, she started the training.
Yes.
Okay, so then you decide real estate it is.
Yes, so I decided I got the license and I started almost 10 years ago. So next year will be 10 years.
Wow.
And so I'm focusing mainly on sales. I have 2 buildings now over $8 million that I'm selling. Actually, now it's we decreased the price a little bit, but $7 million. So again, there is no cap. You can make tons of money. It's a very exciting job. I'm a mom of 2 again, so I have a free time in a sense that I can organize my time accordingly to, my kids, activities, the school, my schedule as well. Very nice environment as far as the people. You meet a lot of interesting people, a lot of wealthy people. It's really nice to see how, they handle their finances and they can afford these $5, $6, $10 million apartments. You go and see all these apartments, beautiful buildings in New York. So it's a very exciting job.
And you might start opening as well. So Sana,
yes.
It wasn't even on purpose, but you actually gave maybe so many people here a great idea, because what I see sometimes that the people have the papers and they're like, okay, what do I do now? I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Maybe this is something, if you can do, if you like sales, Isabel, maybe this can be for you. And believe me, you can make a lot of money on that, Not only that, as I said, you can partner with Sana. Sana is in New York, you are in Florida. Even me, it's because I didn't have Sana millionaire and very young. Let's skip the very part. She's just super pretty, but that doesn't mean very.
Yes.
Let's keep this as a secret. No, I'm joking. Everybody look at Sana, they think, oh, she's 30 something. But the thing is, she's already giving her the idea of her age.
I gave you a few dates.
10 years ago.
So you should know how old I am. I gave you a few dates. I told you when I graduated.
Yeah.
I told you when I came here.
Yeah.
So you should know how old I am.
So Isabel, think about it. Maybe that's something you can do. You have the papers, you know, you learning the language. I mean, you able to understand what we're speaking over here. And some people even start less than what you are right now. So that's not a problem and an issue. And who knows?
Yes.
Maybe it's your new career.
I want to add something. And for you guys that you're here, you can actually contact and advertise yourself in Brazil, because there is a lot of Brazilian, believe it or not, very wealthy that buy here, buy in Florida mostly, in New York mostly. So, I mean, this is a very good business. If you're able to advertise over there, I mean, they're coming to you, they want to have a people that speaks the language, that explain everything in the language. So
she's asking if she can be your intern. Isabel, work with Sana. The only thing you need to do, there's only one thing, get your license. So maybe talk to Sana, add her on Instagram, so she's gonna know it's you, and you guys can talk. Who knows? Maybe we get a job to somebody over here. Even
is Isabella?
I am Mota. I am Mota.
Okay.
So Isabel, add Sana and send her a direct message.
Is she in Florida? Yamota?
She's in Boca. She's very close to me.
Yamota, I'm actually taking the license in Florida as well. So I'm in the process. So yeah, we can definitely work together. And again, once you have a license, you can refer a client of yours everywhere in the world. Let's say you have a Brazilian client that wants to buy, let's say in Dubai right now, which the market is like really nice. You can refer an agent in Dubai and get money out of the deal. So you can get a referral everywhere in the world. Yeah.
So maybe something for you, Isabel, talk to Sana. You already have the referral. Sana is a person that I've known for, as you guys heard here, for more than 10 years, I guess, around that time.
Yeah.
I'm getting old too. And even when I was in New York, I got the license, but then I moved to Florida, I had David. It's because I don't have the time this year, but I was actually talking to my husband yesterday that I always, you know that, I always think that real estate is something very exciting. We're going to start to buy our investment properties. And even me, next year, and sometime next year, I'm going to be taking my license as well. And me and Sana, I'm sure that eventually we're going to be together as well, because this is a person that you wanted to be close to. I'm telling you, Isabel, she's such a smart and nice person. So here we go. Okay, so Sana, what I want to ask you, the beginning, how was the beginning when you got your license? Because we know how hard it is at the beginning.
Yeah. It is. So two things I want to tell you guys. When you start to do this job, remember, you're going to work for yourself. So you don't have anybody on top of you that's telling you, okay, you have to be in the office at this time. You have to work these hours. This is what you have to do. No, you basically are by yourself. So you have to be consistent. So you can do two things with this job. You either take this job seriously and it's going to be your full-time job. You're going to be consistent and you're going to deal with this job like, okay, I don't have any deals today. I have to get some leads. I have to get some people, some clients. Or you can take this job as a side hustle if you are a very well-connected person. So if you're a very well-connected person, like let's say you network all the time, you're a very people person and you go out every day, you meet people and people sees you as a connector, then it's like, okay, can you refer, you know what, I need a house there, can you refer me this, so then you can use this as a side hustle. When you connect agent, you will have your license, you connect agent everywhere, but you don't do the job and you still get the money out of it if you want to keep your regular job.
So advices you gave it, because people have to have the expectation
but when I started, so this was my only job, so I took this job seriously as a career. And I tell you, at the beginning was hard because obviously you have to find the clients yourself. And so I started with rentals. I wanted to start it from literally from the bottom, so to know the market from the ins and outs. So I started from rentals. I was doing rentals, and then little by little, you know, like I was calling people, I was calling my sphere of influence, and little by little I was getting listings here and there, and then buyer here and there, and talking to people. And now I can tell you my 95% clientele is actually by referral, in a sense that, you know, people, I guess they like me, or I love people. So I really go beyond when I
And
work.
you really take care of them. You really do.
Yeah, I really go beyond, you know, like I'm not just showing the home. Like if I have to schedule the moving, a painting job, or whatever situation, I am there for them from A to Z and even beyond that.
Yeah.
And they refer me people. So people comes to me because, oh, she's great. She helped me with this. She helped me with that. So that will come, you know, with the timing.
Yeah, with time. Yes, yes.
But there are tools, Fabiana. So there are tools, Fabiana, today's days, you know, with the internet, that you get the leads all the time. So you don't have to pay. You have to pay. So it depends which leads, but you get the leads all the time. Like we do have a program here in New York called Street Easy. So everybody goes to Street Easy to find out. I'm sure somebody's familiar with it. So we get the leads from there, and then we pay a little percentage to Street Easy. But at the end of the day, those leads just are coming from the sky, from nowhere. So you don't mind to pay if you just get extra business like that. Yeah. So you always have a way, you know, to work, to get business.
And this is, for Isabel, it's an excellent situation, because then we can explain here. Is an awesome way to show that if you have the papers, this is one of the things you can be doing. And as Sana said, and it's super true, there is no limits. No limits. We know that.
No limits on the income. You definitely, you know, get even $1 million a year. No limits.
Yes. Yeah. Monique is saying, whoa, I need to work on.
Yeah, you have to be mentally, you know, ready and feel that you have that $1 million in your hands, and you will get it.
That Monique also could be doing. I don't know how good she is on that, but she's gonna come to US with papers to her husband. So probably that's an option for her as well. Yeah. We don't know. We kind of trying to figure out little by little.
Need any information about school here in New York, where to get the license? I'm doing a school now in Florida, which I really like it. It's online. You let me know, and I'll be happy to give you all the information.
Yeah. Online, I started to get it, and then eventually I got my insurance license. But definitely, real estate license is a license that we all should have, and people have for different reasons.
Absolutely. Even when you buy your own house, you can get a commission out of it. So, or just an apartment as investment, you just get money out of it. So why not?
So it's definitely on my list for next year. One more license for me, because I love to study. I love to get that. Sana, one excellent question that I have for you over here that we asked Luis yesterday, and Luis let us know very clearly that he specializes in South Florida, even though he was in other states, right? But tell us about New York City. If I'm thinking about moving to New York, or if I'm thinking about buying in New York, give me like an idea of the market right now.
Yeah. So we're talking a price range that is a little bit different than Florida. So definitely, you know, a median apartment here, it's $1 million, I will say. I mean, you can find a one bedroom for a little less, but you know.
But that's the average.
Yeah, but that's the average. So it's a different market. You definitely need to have a 20% down to get a condo. Sometimes if you want to get a co-op, which is sometimes a little bit cheaper, you have to have probably 25% down, but then you have to have a post-liquid money. So let's talk about a condo, which is an easier process.
Yes.
So 5%.
When she says 20% down, when she says down, is 20% of the property to give to the give that an initial payment, because we don't have this down.
So the initial So the initial payment is only 10% when, let's say we get a mortgage here, right? You live here, you get a mortgage. So when you sign the contract, you only pay 10%. So let's say $1 million apartment, you pay $100,000. And then the 20% is obviously required to obtain a mortgage. So the bank wants to see that you have the 20% in order to get a mortgage. So that's what it is. Yes. So you will get a mortgage for the remaining balance of $800,000.
Oh, there's a nice question here. Isabel, here on my street, there are 3 houses to sell for more than 6 months. Something is wrong on 6 months.
The price. So if they're sitting,
so bad, how is the market?
Yeah, if they're sitting on the market for so long, it's price. The problem is the price. Sometimes sellers are not motivated enough, but it is definitely the price. And yes, maybe the condition as well. But again, the condition is obviously a consequences of the price. So you have to price the property correctly. I know a lot of
real estate already.
Yeah, I know a lot of sellers unfortunately have a lot of feelings, in their own home, because maybe they live there, they have a value, they have a sentimental, attachment to that.
Yeah.
But the price, if the house or the apartment is not priced correctly, you are not going to sell it.
I'm going to sell. Yeah, this is so true.
We have to, unfortunately, we have to educate sellers and buyers as well. Yeah.
She's asking, what we see in reality shows, is this really real?
I mean, I've done a deal with the Ryan. Do you guys see in $1 Million Listing?
You done it with the Ryan Secrets?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, and actually we were negotiating. We didn't close a deal at the end of the day, but we were negotiating a deal with him. I mean, it is, it is like that. I mean, when you negotiate an offer.
I can hear you. Oh, back.
Do you hear
it's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a call on the bottom. I mean, it's not really like, oh, I need an answer in 5 minutes, blah blah blah. Otherwise, that's obviously it's part of the show. But yes, sometimes it's really challenging. So it really, it depends. Sometimes you negotiate for like $1,000, $2,000, and you go back and forth for like $5,000. I'm like, really? But yes.
Sana, let me ask you another thing. Rent in New York. Let's say I'm in Brazil and I want to move to New York. How much should I expect? Okay, let's give this scenario. I'm like a single person. How much should I expect to be paying if I want to live in Manhattan?
Yes. So now, unfortunately, for who's going to rent, the rental market here in New York, it's really high. Very, very high, which is not a good thing, obviously, because, it's a cause of the high rates. The Fed, again, raised the rates for the mortgage. So, but this is what it is. It's the reality. So if you want to live in Manhattan, if you're good to go in a walk-up building, let's say studio or a one-bedroom apartment.
Walk-up, she means a building with stairs.
So yes, you have to look to be around, I would say 2,500 to 3,000, 3,500 if you want to have a one-bedroom. So a studio for 2,500, maybe 2,200, starting from there. If you want to have a one-bedroom, probably around 3,000, I would say.
And this is a single person.
Yes. If you want to have a studio can start for 2,200. Yes.
Okay.
If you want to have a dormant building, so with a dormant building, then for a studio, for a single person, probably you have to go over 2,500. So I will say around $2,800.
Okay. And
I'm talking about Harlem.
Okay. Okay. And for people that have pets, complicated.
And most of the, I will say 95% of the buildings accept pets, so it's not a problem. Some company requires a pet fee. some don't, but I mean, the pet fee is probably the most, it can be $500 a year. So it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal, really. $500 a year for some people it is, but in general, compared to the price,
Yeah, correct.
Called Nextdoor that shows the house there for rent, sale, and the prices. I recommend it to people on the map as well. Okay, Nextdoor, she's recommending as an app to look at houses. What do you think, Sana?
An app called Nextdoor that show the house that are for
rent. We have Nextdoor. I have Nextdoor.
Okay, I'm not familiar with this app. The problem is that the market here in New York, it's a different animal than everywhere else in United States.
True.
So yes, if you want to look for apartments in New York, go to Street Easy. Should I write it down? I write it down.
Write down. I was going to, but you can write down.
Yes, so you go to Street Easy and have fun. You can actually see apartment for rent. You can see apartment for sale. You can see everything that is on the market. That's really our main platform. Yes.
Ex-lady, she has something very nice here. On YouTube, the video will be with subtitles. I'm going to miss all the precious tips. Since I'm going to miss all the precious tips because I just lose words. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna ask the person that edit videos that this one specifically, we're gonna put all subtitles so you guys can listen and understand. That's a great idea. And yes, we're gonna do that. In order to write this sentence, she put on the Google Translator. Yes, I'll do subtitles on this one.
Sorry, so I have to learn Portuguese. Yes, I do.
Speak a few words in Portuguese and you understand. You should try to speak something in Portuguese. Let's see how is your Portuguese.
Oh my God.
Try.
Lulu,
Hi, Sana. What best location for person to rental and best prices?
I will go in the Upper East Side, Lulu. Upper East Side. It's a very nice residential area, and you get a lot of space and good value for the apartment.
For the apartment. And that she lived in Queens in New York. It was the most I could afford. Me too. I used to live in the 9 years that I lived in New York. All of them, I live on the same location. And in fact, I rented the rooms out of the house, and I was able to support myself most of the time also because of the rents. It's not living.
Huh? Yeah. Fabiana is a businesswoman. She was doing business already with her apartment. That was very smart, actually. If you have the opportunity, do it.
Yes, you can do it. And I was able to do it. It was a great business. It was one of my source of income for so many years. And then I had the jobs that I was doing. Yes, I actually I was always making good money in New York because it's like I had 2 salaries in a year.
You have a lot of opportunities here. You can even do like a 2-3 job a day. You have the flexibility. Again, it's a very, very, very powerful city. And if you're good, if you're motivated, if you're hardworking people, you will be successful here.
Yeah. Sana is saying something super important here. If you come to US single or married with no kids, I would say I would definitely. I've said that before. I would definitely recommend New York for a start because it's like a huge city. I guess in Manhattan, only in Manhattan we have 8 million. I don't know if it's still 8 million, but it's the easiest setup to start.
Yeah.
Definitely with the subway, with the stores, like it's easier, much easier, and you don't need a car. So it was awesome for me to start exactly where I started. But Sanariti also started to like to Florida. She was here how many months ago? 2 months ago, I guess.
Yeah, in July. I think I was there in July. Yes.
So 2 months ago, and we had a blast looking at houses. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I want to go back there soon, Sana. Please, you should come very soon.
Yes. I have that house on my vision board. So that will be my house. If I will ever move to Florida, I have that house we saw in my vision board. Let's see if I get it.
I have mine. Oh my gosh. I have to print mine. Oh, somebody's asking, Lou is asking, are there many opportunities for tourism area in New York City? Oh, yes.
Yes. What exactly you mean for tourism? Because you have a tons of opportunities here. Like, for
In
example,
different areas.
working from a restaurant, working from, you can even invent yourself, for example, be a tour guide. Let's say, you know, you can be a tour guide, or like working in sales, like you can do like a tons of stuff. Yes, tons of stuff.
Definitely, New York is the city that you can do literally anything. Anything. People without children in New York, without a doubt, would always be my choice. For me, I would be there until today. So, yes, if you don't have kids, definitely I would come to New York in a heartbeat because this is the place if you're single. I would say, Sana, if you agree with me, the best city if the person is single or they married with no kids. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely New York. I mean, I like New York even with my kids. So, yes. So, I mean, I think kids that are here in New York are actually very smart. You know, they walk a lot. So they
And
go
they have chance to develop for sure.
yeah,
Well,
museums. We always visit like a different restaurant, so they're aware about you know, cultures, like a different culture, different people around them. You know, and they start asking question, and you know, they see these buildings, they're asking question about that. There are like a tons of activities, different neighborhoods. So I think they're very independent also. Like my kids, you know, one is 4, one is 7. It's like a couple of years now that when they go with the scooter on the curbside, I don't even tell them anything. They know they have to stop, you know, at the traffic lights, and they know where to cross. They're very, I think kids here are very independent, you know, very independent.
they are.
Subway, you know, they have to get subway and bus. So yeah,
Yeah, they're
yeah,
exposed to more stuff all the time. Like I would say is a 10x exposure for the kids. Like
right.
and if
Yeah.
they would be anywhere else. Guys, Sana's time is almost done because we have like this time frame of 1 hour. Let me see if there is any question before you go. And for whoever is understanding, give her flowers and hearts. We're waiting for that. Love that. Sana,
Thank you.
Meanwhile, I don't know if they're gonna ask some question or not. Give us the main advice. The main advice that I would give to people that are planning to move to US. What would you tell? The most important thing.
So New York is definitely an easy city to start with. Again, you definitely will find the support of the people, of the city itself. You will find a job immediately. Again, if you're a hardworking people, I mean, you can find a job immediately. And then once you hear, once you understand the system, once you understand, you know, the opportunities out there, you'll do whatever you want to do. But it's definitely a place to start, and you can make tons of money in every field, every single field. So yes, that's definitely.
What do you think is the main shift of mentality that people from Brazil planning to come over here? What is the main shift that they have to do even before they get here? Mentality.
You have to be ready to work.
Okay.
In our country, I'm Italian. You guys are from Brazil. We do have the same mentality. The lifestyle is different. Here in US, as you guys know, the mentality is like working and working and working. So when you get here, just work, work, and work. You will have time to enjoy after you find your niche, after you find your job, after you find the people that you know that you will be surrounded. But at the beginning, when you have to come here, come with the mentality that you need to work. At the end of the yeah, because at the end of the day, Fabiana, you know, you lived here for many years. New York is not a cheap city. It's an expensive city at the end of the day. And I'm sure you want to live to the fullest, and you have to live to the fullest. You want to go to the best restaurant. You want to go to rooftops. You want to dress nicely. You want to go to museums and activities and events. So you need to work. And I'm sure if you're hardworking people, you won't have any problems. And when you see the money, you will be very satisfied, believe me.
Well, guys, I just said this.
Start investing the money immediately in real estate and in compounding program. Fabiana can help you with this. Immediately.
Yes.
As soon as you have a money, $100 every week in a compounding program.
So that part, I'm just gonna say in Portuguese. So whoever is still following, they're gonna get. But I'm sure they're gonna. I know my people. They're gonna watch this live later.
Yeah.
But basically, that's what Sana said. Sana deixou o principal conselho aqui para vocês. Quer vir para os Estados Unidos? A primeira mudança de mentalidade, vocês estão vindo para trabalhar. Mas esse trabalho vai ter um resultado, vai compensar. Você trabalha aqui pelo que você quer. Essa é a primeira mudança de mentalidade. Venham dispostos a trabalhar. Esse é o conselho que Sana, depois de vários e vários anos morando aqui nos Estados Unidos, ela está dando para vocês que estão fazendo todo um planejamento aqui para vir para os Estados Unidos. Sana, thank you so very, very much.
It was my pleasure, really. It was my pleasure. Anything you need from me, please text me, follow me, write me on Instagram, reach me out through Fabiana.
Look at the type of friends that I bring to you guys over here. Just this.
Fabiana is the best.
Sana,
thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank
Beijos,
you.
baixos.
Thank you.
Bye.
And good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone. I hope I'll see you, everybody here in US.
You will. We're gonna have an event. You will. Baixos.
Ciao,
Thank you.
grazie. Ciao, ciao, grazie.